Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Safia and welcome to my channel. So today I'll be making a video about PLAB 1 preparation because I'm someone who has recently passed the PLAB 1 exam. So I thought this would be a good time to make a video about how I prepared for it and what are the resources that you would need to go through, what is the time frame that you should give yourself for preparing, and yeah, so if you want to know about this, stay. By the way, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so because I will be making many more videos and I will try to upload them regularly with all the useful information for doctors. So please do subscribe and like my video, and if you have any more video requests, then please comment. I will try my best to make those videos. Alright, so as you already must know that PLAB 1 is first part of the exam that you need to give if you want to practice in the UK as a doctor. So PLAB 1 is an exam which consists of 180 MCQs and you are given a time of 3 hours. So I'll be dividing this video into 3 parts, actually 2 parts. So first I will tell about the resources, the books that you should refer to, or how to prepare for it, and the second part is going to be about how much time you need. Okay, and there is a third part is I will give you my experience and my tips about the preparation and how to go on the exam day. So let's begin. Also, you know, when it comes to PLAB 1, it's not really a difficult exam compared to USMLE because that is where you have to study from A to Z. It's like you have to know everything thoroughly. When it comes to PLAB 1, it's all about practice and it's all about time management. Also in PLAB 1 exam, you don't really have to score high. All that matters is that you pass the exam because it's a pass and fail exam. So no one's gonna ask you about the score. So how did I prepare for PLAB 1? Mainly I only went through PLABable, which is an online subscription question bank. So you get an option of subscribing for 5 months or 3 months. I took a 5-month subscription and I think it was around 250 dirhams. I live in Dubai, so I'll tell you in dirhams. I'm not exactly sure, but it was around that range. Alright, so PLABable was the only thing and that let me pass because it's, I think, the closest to the exam, like exam pattern questions compared to the other sources. Now there are people who will tell you like go through other sources as well, but I think it just confuses you. I'm sorry guys, I got interrupted by my family and now I've got to do the video on my bed, which sucks, I know, but please bear with me. Alright, so there are some people who also tell you to go through PLAB 1 keys or past medicine. Like there are various other sources that many people would refer to, but for me it doesn't work that way. I believe that having one source and doing it properly is the best key, because if you have too many sources you get confused and you know you won't be able to do even one thing properly. So go for PLABable, and with that at least do it 2 times, and then you have to do the mocks, because mocks is where actual practice comes in, because you have to be able to do the time management part. So you have to try and finish PLABable mocks not in 3 hours but in 2 hours, because obviously the questions are repeating from the same question bank that you already practiced. So some questions you would already know at the back of your head. So in that way you need to try and aim to finish the 180 questions in 2 hours, because that is going to ensure that when new questions come in you're able to do it in 3 hours. Because believe me, the time management is the most important aspect of this exam, because on the exam day you maybe it's because of stress, or maybe the questions are long. Some of them are long, but most of them are not as long, but still you try to focus so much that you lose track of time. For me, I still had 2 questions which I marked at the end without reading because time was over, even though I had practiced a lot of time management from my side, but it didn't work. So yeah, that's what I wanted to stress about. And I wanted to say that in the third part of the video where I shared the tips, but I'm not that organized, sorry guys. Frankly speaking, I just did PLABable once. I was not able to repeat it for the second time as most people advise, but I would really tell you to start earlier and make sure that you go through all the questions at least 2 times, because that's going to give you more confidence. For me, I was lazy, so I started preparing quite late, and that's why I didn't have enough time for that. But what happened was that my PLABable subscription ended 1 week before the exam. So during that 1 week, I didn't want to sit idle, so I actually referred to another source, which is 1700 MCQ questions by Dr. Khalid, and that's the second source I would advise, but otherwise just stick to PLABable. I actually found some of the questions quite similar and repetitive to PLABable questions in Dr. Khalid's 1700 questions. Quite a long name. So now let's talk about how much time should you give for the complete PLAB 1 preparation. So on an average, I would advise at least 3 months, okay? And that is if you know that you will be able to dedicate yourself to the studying. Otherwise, give yourself a minimum of 5 months. If you have other commitments or if you're working and you don't have enough time to study, then 5 months is a safe bet. All right, and depending on how fast of a learner you are, then I think you should still give yourself 2 months, even if you think you're a genius, because you don't want to risk yourself going for a second attempt, right? Okay, for me, I went for around 2 to 3 months. First month, I was not really preparing much, like it was 20 questions per day. It was very bad, almost like I didn't prepare. And then the last 2 months, I was actually into it because of the exam stress. So I think I gave myself around 3 to 5 hours of studying every single day, dedicated studying time. All right. By the way, I forgot to mention that when it comes to doing the PLABable mocks, make sure you do them in the last 2 weeks so that you can prepare yourself for the exam environment. And in the last 2 weeks, just do mocks and nothing else. Also, there's one more point that I forgot to mention. Yes, the point that I forgot to mention before is that you also need a lot of help from Google, which means like if you find out that you're making certain mistakes or like there are areas which you know you're weak in, so search up those topics from Google or from a book if you must, but Google is convenient obviously. So like make sure that you read on that topic, because the main point here is to clear your concepts. Okay, if you have clear concepts, then you can ace the exam, let me tell you, because obviously they would not repeat the questions. They're testing you on your understanding. Okay, so make sure you understand those things, but I'm not telling you to like sit down and start revising all that basic medical knowledge that you studied throughout the years. No, because this is not the kind of exam it is. You have to have some of the basic concepts in mind from before and brush up on those skills, and then you'll be able to make it. Because even when it comes to the clinical scenarios, having the experience of internship, I think is more than enough. Internship or house job, you know, it's the same. All right, now my tips. So first thing is, please stick to 1 or maximum of 2 sources. All right, do not have so many sources that you're not able to do anything well. So stick to 1 source and make sure that you know it very well and you practice a lot from it. And that, as I told you before, is PLABable, or around accompanying that 1700 Dr. Khalid's questions. Second tip is that you should join a group on Facebook called PLAB, which is a very helpful group, a helpful community where you can actually ask all your doubts and talk to people who are recently experiencing the exams. So it's going to keep you up to date, and that helped me a lot as well. The third tip is, wait a second, I forgot what that was. All right, the third thing is time management, which I mentioned before as well, but I want to stress on it once again. So for that, I would actually tell you, please do not like open your books and start studying from A to Z, because this is not about writing essay kind of answers. It's about MCQs and your test about concepts and understanding, right? So only do the questions, only solve MCQs, because that is going to help you pass the exam. All right. Number 4, on the day of the exam, make sure that you had enough sleep the day before, and at least 2 to 3 days before your exam, make sure that you adjust your sleep routine, because you want to make sure that you stay fresh and alert during your exam, because that is when you need the most concentration. So start adjusting your sleep routine from beforehand. Number 5, and most probably my last point, is that on the day of the exam, please have a proper breakfast, because it's a 3 hours exam and you need energy to give it. Although you're allowed fruits inside, but obviously you wouldn't have the time, or it's not the environment where you can actually eat fruits and you will be under stress. So eat proper breakfast so that you can go through the exam without any problems. Maybe there are some points that I might have missed, but if you want to know anything in particular, you can comment down below. I would definitely reply to you guys. Any questions about the exam or anything, I'm here to help you, because this is why I'm doing this channel. This is why I'm doing this video, because I want to help out as many people as possible with my information and my experience. So I hope that you found this video useful, and to watch more, please do subscribe and let me know how useful the video was for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.